Minister for Agric.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for joining us. So, in the past 3 weeks, we've read 4 stories about supposed gluts.
Yes.
Tomato in Asante Akim Central, maize
Yes.
in a couple of places, rice in Odankwanta in Eastern, and in August, eggs in some parts of the country.
And several other places.
Very good. Now, what is concerning for us is twofold.
Yeah.
Why are there these isolated gluts? Is it that there's overproduction, or there's a question of lack of ability to buy, or transportation and lack of storage? What, in your view, is accounting for these reported gluts of these products?
Thank you very much, Bernard. And let me greet your cherished viewers. In fact, it is not isolated. It is nationwide. In all the production centers, that is what we are experiencing. As I speak with you, I'm returning from Bebiani to Kumasi. And it's the same situation. The rice farmers are complaining. They are produced in quantities beyond the market there, and they are not getting buy-in. In a Sunafo side, in my own constituency, the youth that participated in the Feed Ghana program came to me that they are harvesting the rice in quantities, and they are looking for market. So it is not the case that we are recording isolated, situations or incidents. But what is happening now, it is a nationwide bumper harvest that Ghana is experiencing. Now, what has accounted for that? Simple. We launched what we call the Feed Ghana program. The first leg of the Feed Ghana program is a campaign for mass participation in the program. We campaign that individual households must have backyard gardens. We campaign that secondary schools must have school farms. And then from the beginning of the campaign up to today, we have on record 129 secondary schools participating. We also campaign for churches and faith-based organizations to also participate in the program. We have records of churches participating, some issuing instructions to their branches to take advantage of the fertile soil of our land to also produce something. We have also advocated that state agencies must also engage in the program. They are all participating. And you must understand that the agricultural space is dominated, it's entirely private sector led. And so when government creates that congenial atmosphere for the private sector to take advantage of, certainly we are likely to see some of these things. And let me agree that this year, the weather has also been very, very favorable. And so the result of all these things should be bumper harvest, which we anticipated at the beginning of the program. And that was why we made allocations to the National Buffer Stock to get themselves ready to procure the excess, mop up the excess produce from the market, store them and release against emergencies. Now your question relates to the price, eh? I think you asked about the price.
I'm not even gotten to the price yet. First, I wanted for you to establish that there was actually a nationwide glut, because I have just read 4 stories. Now you are saying
that one is not contestable. It is something that nobody can contest. No. Because Bernard, you know we have 2 farming seasons. In the southern sector, they start their farming season from March, and then they harvest around this period. The northern sector, they start their season from May, June, and then harvest November, December. What we are seeing now is just the harvest from the southern sector. Very soon, the northern sector harvest will kick in, and then it is going to be serious.
Well,
the figures we have indicate that the number of people participating in agriculture in this country has increased significantly. We have a lot of our youth participating, and even journalists participating, footballers, everybody. Agriculture is now the cynosure of our country. Everybody is talking about, and everybody is participating. So certainly we are going to have some of these things happening. That one nobody can dispute.
Of course, I'm sure later on you will give us the figures so we will see how big the glut is. The second question though is